Greetings and salutations, and once more, welcome back to On the Peg with me, your host, the one, the only, the eyebrow-raising, the bearded toyholic. I am, of course, the Mad Montreal Man, and we have a show for you today, a show that goes back to that decade known as the 70s. Yes, we're bringing back a character that appeared in Kung Fu Masters #1 way back in 1975. That's right. We're going that far back today. Created by Dennis O'Neil, Leopoldo Durana, and Jim Barry, they came up with Benjamin Ben Turner, basically known as the Bronze Tiger. Now, his costume has definitely changed over the years, thankfully, and this is one of those DC characters that DC never really utilized to its full extent. That said, though, I'm going to put him down so I can get my friend, my ally against this mint and package nightmare we have going on with action figures. You know him fully well as the Steel Blade of Justice. I know him as Dr. Scalpel, the shiny one. And let's take Ben Turner out of his plastic and cardboard prison, and let's see. Did McFarlane Toys do Ben Turner justice? Or are we looking at another John Stewart head? Let's find out. Let's take him out of the package. And, well, I'm going to throw in a close-up, and we'll see what I think about Bronze Tiger, the action figure, after the close-up. Well, before we start talking about the figure, let's talk about the accessories. He comes with, of course, a spare pair of hands. The gripping hands, they don't have the claws, which is a shame. It would have been cool to have the gripping hands with the claws on them. The claws are the fists that you saw in the close-up. And, of course, he comes with the card that has a really, really short bio. Not much on that card. But that's besides the point. And of course, he has the base. The base does hold him up, so I'm not going to do my usual, these things suck, because it actually holds him up. But let's talk about the figure himself. I do have to admit, I like the face sculpt. It's not John Stewart's head reused. Finally! It's a nice new face sculpt. The red and the side of his head's a little bit faint. I wish it had been a bit brighter. But it is a blood red. The jacket itself is well sculpted. Overall, it's a well sculpted figure. I don't mind the shoulders as much. It is a shame that it's not a cloth good jacket. I have seen some people who have removed the jacket, and it looks a bit weird because you have a rubber jacket that's gone, but then you have a jacket sleeves. It's a shame it's not a cloth good jacket. That would have been a cool thing to have. But as you can tell, the jacket is basically glued on. I like the details in the belt. The painting is done nicely. This is a cool figure. I'm happy McFarlane did it, and they did it right. This is a really well done figure. I am pleased. Front of the shelf, of course, because this one is one of those that's well sculpted, well detailed. I don't have any problem with the ankles, which is a good thing to have. And I'm just overall pleased that he did Bronze Tiger. I mean, I do admit the details in the line, the tiger's head, is a little bit lacking, and I know I could have made a blooper there, but I'm going to leave it in. I'm also not doing that voice that I started the show off with because it hurts my throat after a while. I know, I used to want to be a voice actor. Now I'm doing this instead. Oh, how the mighty... Okay, I know editor. I was never mighty. I just was a person who did a lot of voices and had dreams, okay? Yeah, I know my dreams have been crushed. Thank you, editor. Thank you. I know I'm a pathetic human being. I only do YouTube videos now. I know. But I can still dream. I can still do voices most of the time. I just can't do that one tonight because my throat is sore. It happens. But yeah, there he is. So sorry, were you still there? I didn't mean you were there. But no, I like this figure. I do recommend this one. Pick him up. If you see him, pick him up. I'm also happy, well, you saw in the close-ups, the original costumes. I'm happy they didn't go that route. That's just sort of been... Yeah, it was very 1970s, and before my editor put something else up, yes, I'm old enough to remember the 70s. Yeah. Gen X, after all, we went through a lot. And one of the things I liked about, Kung Fu Fighter and Master of Kung Fu and all those other things, and yes, I know I realized, I think I said Kung Fu something that show. It's actually Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter #1, 1975, that he first appeared in, but there was a whole bunch of Kung Fu books back in those days, and yes, I grew up watching Bruce Lee movies, and that's why I got into martial arts, was from Bruce Lee movies and comic books like Richard Dragon, which I'm surprised McFarlane didn't do, a Richard Dragon. Surprised he didn't do that, but I'm happy he did this one. And that's it for this week's show. Let me know if you want to see... Well, I asked on the Wednesday show if you want to see a week of Batman. So once again, let me know by, say, Sunday morning. Would you like to see the 5 days of Batman? Because, as you can see, we have some Batmans to review, or you just want a regular show next week on a Friday at noon. But until then, that's it. Have a good weekend. And, of course, do your best for your body, your mind, and yes, editor, I know I'm losing my mind, but you still do your best anyway. For your body, your mind, and of course your emotional well-being, do your best to stay healthy. And when you get an action figure that brings back that kind of like, I remember this cool character in the Kung Fu stories, in the Suicide Squad, he was really cool. Now I have an action figure of him. That is great. It's a good way to stay happy. And last but not least, well, when you think about all the action figures we're still going to get for the rest of the year, you got to do your best anyway to stay positive. And on that note, guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy the bloopers at the end. There aren't that many this time, thankfully. But we'll see you guys next week for another episode of On the Peg. And like I said, let me know. Oh, yeah, hold on. Wait, don't forget, do the YouTube thing. Like, subscribe, comment, share, especially the comment and share thing. Do you want another 5 days of Batman? I will check the channel on Sunday morning before going to work, and if you say, yeah, we want 5 more days of Batman, there goes my Sunday night. But I'll do it for you. Yes, you, and you, and you, because, hey, you guys watch the show, you like the show, you put up with me. How you put up with me, I don't know. I mean, I can't put up with me half the time anyway, but that's besides the point, isn't it? It is. Totally besides the point. My editor hates me. You can tell by the comments over all these years, like my editor. It's a good thing I don't have any life insurance, because I think I'd be dead by now. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the editor would... No, I don't have life insurance. Sorry to disappoint. But that's it for this week's show. I know it's only one figure, but hey, that's life. Get used to it. I've had to get used to it. But no, guys, have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in, of course. And we'll see you guys next week for another episode of On the Peg. to On the Peg with me, your host, the one, the only, the eyebrow-raising, the bearded toyholic. I am, of course, the Mad Montreal Man. And if you're wondering why I'm mad, well, look at the price of action figures. And I'm not going to use that because it's too painful to use, thinking about the cost of action figures. Okay, let's take that over again. Greetings and salutations, and once more, welcome back to On the Peg with me, your host, the one, the only, the eyebrow-raising, the bearded toyholic. I am, of course, the Mad Montreal Man, and we have a show for you today. We're doing the Bronze Tiger. Yes, way back in that decade known as the 70s, to be specific, in 1975. Yes, I am that old before they ever put something up. In Kung Fu Fighter #1, Bronze Tiger made his first appearance. Benjamin, or quote, Ben Turner, martial artist, witnessed his families being robbed. Wow, something about family trauma when you're a 10-year-old. I'm just saying, it's a very common theme in comic books. You're a child, you get traumatized, something happens to your family, and you become either a villain or you become a superhero like Bronze Tiger. Now, Bronze Tiger over the years, well, how can I put it this way? Well, how many times do I say well in one fucking goddamn clip? Let's take that over again, shall we? Yeah, that sucked. That sucked big time. Well, it did. When it comes to accessories, of course, he comes with a spare pair of gripping hands and the card that has a nice little, very brief history of who he is. And yeah, it's going to be one of those shoots. Freaking can't speak sometimes.